Bonjour. Hi, I'm Zero, and this is what if Naruto was experimented on, part 1. On the side note, Naruto will not be experimented on, Kushina will be. So let's start off the story. When Kushina, comes to the village and, everything goes to the canon until she turns 17. When she turns 17, she gets kidnapped by Orochimaru and get experimented on. She basically gets injected with Hashirama genes and Uchiha genes, but Orochimaru didn't have the chance to, give her the Sharingan before, Haruzan and, uh, Minato came, so he just, used reverse summoning to run away from there. After that happens. Basically, the reason why Orochimaru experimented on Kushina, he just wanted to see that if it's, you know, because, Senju and Uzumaki are cousins, will Hashirama's gene bond perfectly with Kushina's or not? He just wanted to see that. But when they did, Orochimaru decided to, add, Uchiha genes as well. He was also about to, give her the Sharingan to see if it's possible to, gain Sharingan that way, able to turn on and off. But he didn't got the chance, so he had to run away basically. After that, everything goes the same until she's pregnant. Kushina is pregnant with Naruto now. Naruto is different or will be different. Since his mother has, Uchiha, Senju, and Uzumaki genes, those genes are perfectly being bonded in within Naruto. So when Kushina gives birth, everything goes the same. Naruto has twice as much chakra, but he still gets half of the QB because Minato didn't have the enough strength or enough trust in the seal that seal will hold until Naruto is able to, take Kurama's chakra without any influence from it, basically. That happens. Everything goes the same until Naruto saves Hinata. Naruto beats the absolute loving crap out of those three bullies, basically, because even if one of them hit Naruto, he just doesn't care. He's basically like a berserker. He doesn't care what happened to him that much because he can still dodge, try dodging them. If he can't, he won't just stop to hold his face where he got hit. He won't. He just keep on fighting, and he loves it. He loves to fight for some reason. And Horizon have seen this, but he thinks it's just Kushina's personality a little bit different from, you know, Kushina or Minato's personality combining together to create Naruto's personality. But it's a little bit different. Naruto loves to fight because he enjoys it. He just literally enjoys beating and being the strong one. So Naruto loves to be strong. He doesn't want to be weak. He doesn't want to be, beaten by anyone. So he trains a lot. While after that, Naruto and Hinata's thing is the same. Hinata still develops the crush on him. That's all happens. And Naruto, pretty much while he's going home, he sees an abandoned cat. He adopts her. Basically, the cat lives with Naruto for an entire year. Naruto and the cat are quite close, basically. Naruto pretty much takes the cat wherever he goes because he's still 6 about. So yeah, he can't, just leave the cat alone. That's what he thinks. But sadly, the cat dies after a year because she was ill and Naruto didn't knew it that. The pain of losing the cat kind of awoke Naruto's Sharingan. Naruto looked at the mirror and he knew what this was because he was, he has fought few Uchihas because they came to beat him up because Uchiha thinks is kind of, you know, Naruto is the reason they are, getting from the village, basically discriminated from the village. So yeah, that's why they came to attack him. But Naruto always fights back, and Naruto has seen the Sharingan in some Uchihas, so he thinks I'm like them. But Naruto doesn't tell anyone because he doesn't want to go with them because they beat him. They try beating him. If they are if Naruto is with them, there will be so many of them, and Naruto knows he can't beat them. Even try to hope to fight them. There are too many. After that, the Sharingan, just goes away. After that day, Naruto doubles his training, punching rocks. First, he, starts punching wooden trees, punch, kick, elbowing them again and again until he can break them. He does so much physical training, his physical strength is off the damn charts. Not like Tsunade, basically maybe twice as much what it, someone his age should be naturally, basically, because, he's a Senju, he's a naturally strong body. But with the, help of his more double doubling the training, his strength is even greater, his strength, speed, he works on all of that. He has kunais to train with because he just steals them after beating three kids, or sometimes once a Chunin tried to fight with him, he was drunk, so Naruto beat the living crap out of him and took his kunais. So yeah, Naruto is kind of like a bad boy kind of person. He's not that good kind person at all. So Naruto's Sharingan Jutsu is not, any kind of technique. He's just good with throwing shurikens and, kunais, basically. And Naruto doesn't like to fight with one kunai. He prefers to use two kunais at the same time, kind of double-handed sword style or something like that. So yeah, and Naruto loves to fight and loves to train, as I said before. Did I? Did I not? Well, whatever. Let's continue. So yeah, now Naruto is 8. Naruto's physical strength is double, almost triple of someone his age should be. His speed is just off the damn charts. You only see a blur. That's why he can, beat the living crap out of so many people. His reflexes are off the chart. His natural reaction time itself is a lot more faster, than of a normal shinobi without using the Sharingan. If he add Sharingan on top of that, yeah. His one Tomoe Sharingan is kind of like a two Tomoe Sharingan for a normal Uchiha, as we know. Because Naruto's own reaction time and senses are naturally enhanced for some reason, thanks to QB. And Naruto, trains, basically trains in his house with, blindfolding himself to try to navigate and learn, increase his senses. Yeah, he loves to train and do all kind of stuff. So yeah, after that he, goes to academy for first time. Everything goes the same, except for Naruto is not, the lowest in the IQ department as well. He's a middle person, basically, not the lowest but not the highest either, just the middle, because Naruto doesn't focus on that too much. Naruto's Naruto Shuriken Jutsu is awesome. Not as good as Sasuke, because Sasuke's, Uchiha style, throwing shurikens and kunais. So he was taught. Naruto just knows how to throw it. He can still hit all bullseyes, but he can't, do crisscross like, how a kunai to kunai deflect kunai to hit another person. He can't do that because he never saw anyone use it, basically. And Naruto has, worked on his own natural reaction speed as well, thanks to him fighting so much. Yeah, his fight battle sense is a lot more higher than of a normal kid is it should be. Because Naruto was bullied a lot and he fight a lot as well. So yeah. Naruto can make clone, but he can't make one clone. It's simply impossible for Naruto. He can create about 5 clone at a time, not one. It's very hard for Naruto to create one clone. Naruto and Sasuke, when they first time fight, Naruto wins. You know how Sasuke pretty much, in the original instantly appear in front of Naruto, and Naruto was lying down and Sasuke was, had a fist on Naruto's face, in front of Naruto's face. Yeah, this happened a little bit worse because Naruto is brutal at fighting. Naruto pretty much appeared in front of Sasuke and punched him in the gut so hard Sasuke got unconscious, and all the fangirls were shocked. And they were, booing Naruto for hurting their Sasuke. Saying you cheated. But Naruto didn't even give them a time of. They didn't even look at them or acknowledge them. Yeah, you are there. Yeah, but I don't care. He didn't even acknowledge them, their existence itself. But still, they're just fangirls. So yeah. Kiba tries to. After that, Naruto beats Sasuke. Everyone in the class. Kiba come up to Naruto and says, Naruto, don't think you're the top dog. I am the top dog. Top dog. Naruto simply looks at Kiba calmly and says, "Okay, Kiba, you can be the dog." And everyone in the class, mainly boys, starts to laugh at Kiba because he didn't say you could be top dog. He just looked at him and said, "You can be a dog." After that, I says, "I'm not interested in being a dog." You see, Kiba. Kiba got angry, so he tried fighting Naruto. Well, it didn't very end well for Kiba because Naruto is brutal in fighting. He doesn't pull punches at all. He will hit you in the throat, between your legs, in the eye, or any place he can get advantage of you. Even throw sand into your eyes just to get that advantage of fighting. And he has done that. Once upon a time, when Naruto was fighting Uchiha, a drunk Chunin Uchiha, not too drunk but still drunk, he was using his Sharingan to fight Naruto. Naruto just picked up few sand in his hand and threw it towards into the Chunin's eyes. As soon as he closed his eyes, even if he is a Sharingan, he can't, keep his eyes open after something, goes into it. He just went ham on him, punched him. When he got down, I just stood up and kicked him in the face again and again and again until he was bleeding. And after that, Naruto, took his stuff and left. That's what Naruto does. He just takes your stuff and leaves. Money, kunais, he just takes it and leaves. So that's why no one has ever tried to fight or bully Naruto ever again, because he just takes your stuff and leaves. And Naruto doesn't give a shit about it. So yeah, Naruto is not that, low on money now. He just takes money from others. Not bully people, only those who try to bully him or beat him. Only from those. And if he can beat him, because he's not always that he wants. Even if he loses, gets beaten up, he just heals pretty fast. About 5 minutes, he's good to go. 5 or 2 minutes, maximum 5 minutes, minimum 2 minutes, he's good to go. Completely good as new. Because Naruto has stupid amount of chakra. Because basically Naruto has, chakra levels of an Uzumaki and, body of a Senju and eyes of Uchiha. But Naruto never used his Uchiha eyes because he doesn't know how to train them yet. Now 2 years has passed in the academy and all that, and Naruto, has learned about what chakra is. Mental, physical energy combination is called chakra, and Naruto, has increased his senses and his stealth capability, through hunting enough that he can now sneak into the library. He learns about Sharingan, what Sharingan is, what power Sharingan has, and Naruto is happy because he sees that he can copy jutsus. He thinks, but you need to have chakra nature for that. So Naruto just thinks, I will, gain all five I will just train in all five chakra natures. When I have them, I will be able to copy any jutsu I see. Because, Naruto knows and read about that, how the basically third Hokage has, all five chakra natures by chakra control. So Naruto goes, digs around into the library to find chakra control. He sees, few things about chakra control, how you can, people, what chakra is and how to control it. But he didn't find any exercises to, do chakra control at all, because it was a civilian library, civilian side of, a library. Naruto didn't even knew the ninja side of library existed, because Naruto hasn't, went into the library ever in his entire life. So yeah, he just went outside and he was, just to look at people who were, few ninjas train. One of the ninjas says, "I'll show you what chakra control actually is," to his other friend, and was, running up the trees easily. And then, he was jumping across trees, by using chakra control, or beneath his feet, stick to trees. And the other one says, "Yeah, I can do that with, much more faster than you." So Naruto kind of realized how to do chakra control. Then he thinks, wait, how to do that? Because Naruto know you have to put a chakra into your feet, because they were not talking about it. They just said that you do this with chakra. That's how I'm good with, tree climbing. So yeah, Naruto doesn't know yet. So Naruto had to go back. The next day, he had to, sneak back into the library at night, and he sees a different section. Oops. He sees Shinobi section. He just sighs and says, "Damn it." He goes into the Shinobi section and reads upon how to do, wall walking and water walking. Naruto comes to a conclusion that by doing wall walking and water walking after I run out of chakra, my chakra levels will go up. Build up my chakra levels. So basically, thanks to Naruto doing so much physical training, his physical strength, defense, and capability to punch is a lot stronger, as I said before, because Naruto punches trees, kicks trees, elbows trees, to build up his strength and all that. After that, 3 years has passed. Naruto has about Naruto was able to increase his chakra reserves by 10% in this entire year. Not just do wall walking until he's out of chakra. Then he waits for it to replenish, and for some reason his chakra replenish much faster, and he has much more of it as well. He doesn't know why, but yeah, his chakra replenish faster because of the QB sealed inside of him. And he has tremendous amount of chakra because he's an Uzumaki. He now can use chakra chains. Why he can use chakra chains? Because Naruto, founded a scroll upon Uzumaki's what were they? Because Naruto thought maybe I have a clan, because he was known as Naruto Uchiha because he has a Sharingan. So he thinks maybe I should look upon Uzumaki clan. He sees and he found that they had these golden chains and they were master of sealings. Since Naruto didn't have found anything about sealing jutsus, he only was able to barely after a year of harsh training use the chakra chains. But he's happy. Naruto has also trained his, one Tomoe Sharingan. He can turn it on and off at will, and he can keep his Sharingan on for 3 days straight. And Naruto has tried that. He only turns it on while he's at home. He just leaves it on, to make it stronger, because Naruto doesn't know how to exactly progresses to the next stage. He just thinks I just have to keep on using it. Yeah, he's kind of right, kind of not, but whatever. Not just quite strong, stupidly strong, basically. Naruto has never lost, in 3 years, Naruto has never lost a Taijutsu fight. Naruto is pretty good with kunai, and Naruto is pretty smart as well. He's basically overall, but a best person, but still he doesn't have, any fangirls because, all the girls' parents, all the, kids' parents told them to stay away from him. He has, few friends, Shikamaru, Choji, Shino, Kiba, just like in the original. And he has one girl who crushes upon it, Hinata Hyuga. Yeah, just like in the original. Nothing has changed from too much from the original. But he does not have a crush on Sakura. Neither Sakura hits him because she knows Naruto is strong. And he's short-tempered because they have seen him. Because once a upperclassman came to bully Naruto, well, Naruto just went ham on him, beat the loving shit out of him, and Naruto was smiling, doing all that. So yeah, she doesn't want to be that person who was getting his shit beat out of from Naruto. Oof. Well, let's continue. Now, Naruto can create clones and all that. Naruto passes the exam easily and becomes a Genin. After that, Naruto sees, and after he's going home, he sees Mizuki running with the scroll. Naruto discreetly, because no one was around him, uses Sharingan, and he reads upon the scroll. It is the scroll of sealing, and he just smiles, just like you know in the thumbnail, smiles and runs behind Mizuki. Uses kind of body flicker at the same time, not body flicker. He's unintentionally putting chakra into his feet to increase his speed. He's kind of do it intentionally, but at the same time unintentionally, because Naruto is putting chakra into his feet, but it's not to make him go faster. It's to do climb through trees and make sure he doesn't fall. But that's also making him a little bit faster, not too much, but a little bit faster. And he easily catches up to Mizuki while Mizuki is running in front of him. Naruto takes out a kunai and throws it to towards Mizuki at pretty high speeds, but Mizuki dodges it. Mizuki, comes down and looks behind him and says, Naruto. Mizuki smirks and says, You demon brat, what are you doing here? And one thing more about Naruto doesn't mind being called a demon or a monster. He sees it as a praise, a name of honor, because that's what he was called all the time. And because he beat the shit out of people, except for people beating the shit out of him, he took it in a different way, what the village intended him to take, basically. Naruto smirks and says, Mizuki sensei, what are you doing here at this late at night? Mizuki kind of can, straight up tell that Naruto is lying, because Naruto's expression and his words doesn't, match up. Naruto is excited, but his words are calm and collective, talking normally. Naruto just sighs and throws kunais towards Mizuki, and all the kunais were aimed for, Mizuki's eyes, feet, or heart, to, just kill Mizuki. Mizuki dodges, but he, releases the scroll. Naruto runs up to Mizuki at pretty high speed. Mizuki was barely able to see him. Naruto threw a punch straight towards Naruto. Mizuki decided to try blocking it with one hand. When he tried, well, he broke his wrist, because Naruto put chakra into it unintentionally. Because Naruto was putting all of his might in the punch, and he broke Mizuki's wrist. Mizuki screamed, but Naruto wasn't done yet. Naruto took out a kunai and stabbed Mizuki in the throat, basically, at side of his neck, and pulled it backwards, cutting Mizuki's throat open. And while Mizuki bleed to death, not just put his kunai back and opened the scroll and tried doing the shadow clone. He learned shadow clone in half an hour. He's more talented, more chakra control, and much better, basically. Naruto sees a lot of jutsus. He writes down several water style jutsus, wood style jutsus, and flying Raijin, and also Rasengan, but he won't be able to do it until someone actually teaches him, basically. And Naruto puts the scroll back, a small scroll that he wrote into his pocket, inside of his jacket, and takes the scroll and runs towards Hokage mansion. Haruzen knows what Naruto did, but he is kind of shocked that Naruto didn't hesitate to kill. So yeah, Haruzen is kind of concerned about Naruto and his antics, or his way of acting, basically. He doesn't hesitate to kill. He loves to fight. He smiles like all the time whenever he's fighting, like he's actually enjoying the battle, even if it's a battle to the death and he's losing. He still smiles. He enjoys it, the thrill of it, because it just gives him more reason to be more stronger, train even harder. So yeah, Naruto goes there, gives Haruzen the scroll, and tells Haruzen that some Mizuki was running away with the scroll and it took care of him, and here's your scroll. Hokage just nods and take the scrolls. Take the scroll, scroll of sealing, and puts it back where it belongs. And Naruto goes home smiling, basically smirking to himself. He runs home and does the shadow clone thing to make him breakfast while he takes a shower, because he thinks it's a convenient jutsu, to be exact, and it's better than the clone one. It's much easier for Naruto to use because he doesn't have to put too much concentration while using the shadow clone. After he eats, he disperses the clone, and he knows what clone did and how it cooks. He didn't get it first. He tries testing it out again and again. He smirks. He realizes that it can increase my training. It can make me stronger, faster. So Naruto decided to, that day, sneaks into the library ninja part and makes 20 shadow clones, but with more chakra than usual. But Naruto didn't realize is that all the clones, uses their Sharingan, one to my Sharingan, and starts to look through all the scrolls, try to remember it. Since the Sharingan grants you photographic memory, it was much more easier for Naruto to learn, because it only has been a month since Naruto figure out about just a sec. Yeah. So it only has been a month since Naruto figured that out, that Sharingan can make you learn things faster, because he was doing his usual Sharingan training, turning it on and leaving it, and he was reading. He had to read a book after he realized that he can remember things faster for some reason. So yeah, that's how Naruto figured it out, that he can remember things faster. He reads on so many scrolls about chakra natures, genjutsu, taijutsu, and all that shit. Good shit basically. After that, Naruto disperses all the clones. He gets the knowledge and he leaves. And Naruto sleeps, wakes up, and does his usual training, basically chakra control training. And after that, Naruto pretty much makes a bunk. I would say that there is one day of gap because of Mizuki incident. The academy was on a complete. Today was just a holiday, let's just say, because Mizuki incident. They wanted to check everything about Mizuki and search that what else he was doing, basically. That's why the academy was closed for the day. So Naruto decided to go and train. Naruto goes to very deep into the forest and makes thousands of shadow clones. Thanks to him having so much stupid amount of chakra, he can make thousands of shadow clones. He makes about 1000 shadow clones completely. 100 of them takes one task. 100 of them, decide to do. Just a sec. Yeah, sorry about that. I was at 200 of, you know, each, all 1000 shadow clones turns into 200 of group, and 200 clones starts to work on a chakra natures, because Naruto already checked his chakra natures, and he has earth, water, wind, and, lightning, basically. No, I would say he has only wind, earth, and water. So all of them that work on each exercise, even if he doesn't have that chakra natures, he's still gonna work on them to maybe get them, or even force his body to learn them. And he does that for an entire day until he's completely exhausted. He disperses the clones, you know the clones that were trying wind exercise, the leaf cutting exercise, were able to do it at the end of the entire week of him trying to do it. Earth and water were also able to do it. Fire and lightning ones took the most time, were unable to do it, but Naruto won't be giving up. Naruto wants to make his chakra capability of all five chakra natures, so he can copy any jutsu he sees. So yeah, Naruto, after he goes back the next morning, basically, he goes to the academy and the teams are announced. The teams are the same, because why Naruto is on the Sasuke and Sakura's team, and they are with Kakashi because Naruto has the nine tails. If the nine tails get out of control, Kakashi can use the Sharingan to suppress it. That's the logic I'm going with, basically. And why Sasuke is on the team, because someone needs to teach Sasuke once he worked on his Sharingan to how to use the Sharingan. Why Hinata is not on the team, because Kurenai wanted Hinata on her team. So that's why the team will be the same. They wait around for 2 hours, and yeah, Kakashi comes. There was no prank. When they are upstairs and telling them their dream, Sakura's dream is the same. She still hates Naruto because how badly Naruto fights and how short-tempered he is, and how badly he beats Sasuke. If he fights Sasuke, Sasuke's dream is to kill someone and beat someone. He says that while looking at Naruto, he wants to beat Naruto, but he can't seem to. Like Naruto is a wall that he can't seem to climb. Kakashi then looks at Naruto and says, "Oh, my dream is to be the strongest creature. Basically, no, the strongest person in the world. Be the strongest, basically." He doesn't care about being the Hokage at all. He doesn't care about the acknowledgement of the village at all. Because he sees the villager as weak because he beats the shit out of them every time. But Naruto is not arrogant. He's calculative. He never, underestimates his opponent. He will overestimate you, but he will never underestimate you. Basically. So Kakashi tells them about the bell test and leaves. Naruto, also leaves, and everyone leaves. Naruto goes to middle of the forest, makes the same amount of 1,000 clones, and they start doing the exercise. Since he was already able to use um, wind, earth and water, he splits the 1,000 shadow clones in 5 and 500 two groups, and all of them work on fire and lightning. At the end of at night, basically Naruto can use has achieved fire chakra natures through his harsh training, because 500 shadow clones non-stop trying something, and Naruto's better chakra control, I would say he will able to do it. But I'm not saying he can use jutsus, but yeah, he has just achieve that fraction of, yeah, I can achieve it, that kind of thing. But lightning hasn't shown him any hope yet. But Naruto isn't giving up. He will never give up. Naruto can cut the leaf, not completely half, but a little bit cut, but still he can cut it. For earth and water he can also do that as well, little bit, but not too much. Because Naruto isn't focusing on one element, he's doing two or three things at the same time, and Naruto's head is always in pain because of that, but he doesn't care. Damn it, head pain makes my head hurts. Damn it. And so that happens. The next day they all go there at the training ground 7, and they meet Kakashi. Naruto is 1 hour late, but he knew that Kakashi would be late as well. So yeah, he doesn't care too much. Sasuke didn't say anything. Naruto Sakura did. Naruto pretended like she doesn't even exist. Existence, he doesn't have any existence at all. So yeah, Kakashi comes, he tells them about the bell test. The bell test starts on. Naruto jumps back, completely hides his presence as well, and makes 10 shadow clones, and the shadow clones runs up in the forest towards Kakashi, while Naruto turns on his Sharingan Tomoe Sharingan, but no one saw it, not even Kakashi himself, because Kakashi was focused on the 10 shadow clones coming forward to him. Kakashi kinda could guess that Naruto would be the first one to come, because Naruto does love to fight, you know. So yeah. While Naruto's clones are fighting Kakashi, Kakashi can see Naruto's clone doesn't have any taijutsu at all, but he's just overwhelming Kakashi with numbers. Why he's doing that? So Naruto can learn Kakashi's fighting styles, since he doesn't have his own. He can use the Eye of Insight to learn body movements now, thanks to training with Sharingan for almost an entire year. He can do that easily now. He's doing it. He pretty much learns how Kakashi moves. He's predicting Kakashi's movement and remembering them how Kakashi moves, so he can when he fights, he can fight Kakashi much more easier. And Naruto is just when the clones are about to only 2 clones are left, Naruto throws another 10 clones to deal with Kakashi. Now Kakashi doesn't know where the original are coming from, because the clones are coming all around the forest, because Naruto just creates clones. They go hide and wait for their turn to come out, basically. And Kakashi is getting a hard time because Naruto's physical strength and speed are greater than Sasuke's. He might you know don't have a technique, but yeah, he's pretty good at strength and speed. Yeah, Kakashi is having a hard time, so he's actually using taijutsu, and Naruto is learning his taijutsu at this, while you know he's doing that. After that, all the clones disperse, and the new wave of clone come. 10 clones, 10 clones, and 10 clones. But these clones are different. They are using taijutsu, but Kakashi can kind of can't guess what kind of taijutsu it is, and then his eyes widen. That's his taijutsu. That's his taijutsu moves. Is he learning my taijutsu or something? Sasuke, hasn't caught up to Naruto. Is using Kakashi's taijutsu, but Kakashi has caught on after 2 to 3 waves, basically, of 10 shadow clones. The more Kakashi fights, the more knowledge Naruto can gain, and the more stronger Naruto is becoming. Basically, improving his taijutsu while making others fight. While his shadow clones fight, while he stays back, learns upon them. After that, he throws shadow clones that have knowledge of their taijutsu styles and using their taijutsu styles. It's a pretty dangerous combination, I would say. Naruto still doesn't know any elemental jutsu. He's just learning his those elemental, chakra natures right now. He can barely use 3 chakra natures, and he just could use barely 1 chakra natures. So yeah, barely. Because Naruto is focusing on everything at the same time. It's really hard. So yeah, that happens. Mm. Kakashi is shocked and Sasuke is shocked. Like, what kind? Those are not clones. What are they? They are actually fighting. So yeah, Kakashi kind of could was also shocked that Naruto knew Shadow Clones, but he didn't pay too much mind into it. Basically, so yeah, this goes for 10 minutes straight. I would say 20 basically. Waves come, Naruto remembers his taijutsu style, all the waves disperse, new clone comes with better taijutsu than the previous one. So yes, Kakashi is shocked at Naruto's talent of fighting, basically. Because his battle sense is much higher. So yeah. Sasuke just gets fed up by, being overshadowed by Naruto, so Sasuke fires a fireball at Kakashi. Kakashi dodges, and Kakashi then Sasuke has to fight Kakashi. But if Naruto, who has better strength, speed than Sasuke, couldn't do it, what can he do? When that happens, the rhythm kind of got dispersed. So Naruto pretty much disperse all the clones, basically. That happens. Naruto could not. Naruto knows the fire style fireball jutsu, but he can't use it because he doesn't have affinity towards fire chakra nature yet. Not that much. He hasn't trained his affinity that far. Basically, he can probably make a small fireball, but he won't do it. He will do it while he's training with it. Basically, huh. Yeah. One more thing. I want you to. Nah, I'm just giving Naruto wood style as well because I won't be able to post this video. I just made as many videos as I can until I get my laptop back because dad took the laptop and I'm pretty sure I won't be getting it back until nightfall. So yeah, I'll just stay home and make videos today. Yeah, and I will end this video right here while Sasuke interrupt Kakashi while fighting Naruto's clones basically. So no.